I worked extremely hard on behalf of our values and our interests and our security, and the emails are part of that. So I have said publicly, I'm repeating it here in front of all of you today, I want them out as soon as they can get out.
But will you demand it? Will you demand it?
Well, they're not mine. They belong to the State Department. So the State Department has to go through its process, but as much as they can expedite that process, that's what I'm asking them to do. Please move as quickly as they possibly can to get them out.
Well, that's actually the first time I could remember Hillary telling the truth about anything in quite some time, because those emails, of course, are the ones she handpicked with her staff and handed over. So there's nothing in them. Of course she wants them out as soon as possible. Joining us now is Hank Sheinkopf, president of Sheinkopf Communications, Democratic political consultant, Newsmax contributor, and Ph.D. Doctor. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me in here.
By the way, I could use an MD.
Are you on your medication
I could
now?
use an MD, actually.
You're not on your medication. I want you to get back on your medication right away.
That computer cut me off the last first panel segment. We were talking. I think I need the medication.
I think you do, too.
All right, doctor. Thank you very much. All right. What does Hillary need?
What does she need? She needs to find out who wrote the Book of Love with the bump and the bump, shabump, shabump. Put the lamb on the ding dong.
So was it a good idea for her not to talk to the press for 30 days? And now, was it a good idea for her to hold that little impromptu thing yesterday?
Secret. She doesn't get along with the press. Secret. She doesn't like to talk to them.
No kidding.
Truth. Guess what? The press is not asking the right questions, and they ought to be, if they're serious about this, they ought to be pounding her on those emails.
Well, you're absolutely right. They did not ask her the right question. Then they threw in gratuitously about your old friend Sidney Blumenthal, instead of saying, you know, the State Department wanted him to work for you, and Obama said no, and then you're having this email relationship about Benghazi with them. Instead, they said old friends, and she said, oh, I have lots of old friends. You're right. They don't ask the right questions.
The New York Times did write
today
significantly about Sidney Blumenthal and about his son and about the whole arrangement. So this is more of this to come. You see, when you're the front runner and there's no one else running, you tend to be the target of people in people's inquiries.
It's not only that. Look at all she's done. Look at all the unethical, at very least, unethical and questionable and stinky, things that smell bad, things that she's done. It's not because she's a front runner. It's because she's a Clinton.
Well, I think that's rather harsh of you.
Really?
Don't you think? Yes, I do.
I mean, could another candidate, front runner or not, if O'Malley got in the race, okay, Hillary wasn't in the race, and O'Malley had been whatever and had all these kinds, it's hard to imagine because he wasn't Secretary of State, but I mean, with all the things that come out day after day, again, at very least unethical, could anybody else survive? But
Are you
Clinton?
talking about the Ukrainian people and the uranium and all that?
I'm talking about everything with the foundation.
You know about the foundation, they're taking the money from
taking the money
from the Middle East and enemies of the United States.
I'm talking about the uranium. I'm talking about the other things, the speeches, the emails, erasing the emails. Now we find out she used 2 emails.
There is
every
no
day.
one else who could get away with any of this.
All right, well, that's what I'm asking you.
Well, I'm answering you.
Well, why is it? Because she's a Clinton?
Please don't turn on the electrodes now. She gets away with it because she's well known to the public. This has been going on forever, and this is part of the national soap opera we love to live every day. It's the Clintons. See them now. Week number 395. Right. You know what I mean?
Kirsten.
We're asking. This is week number like 3050.
Yes,
you know?
Kirsten, and to that point, Kirsten Powers was on the show.
Yes.
A liberal.
She's very smart.
With some sanity. Yes,
very smart.
Like Ed Koch used to say. And she said, I think that if the Clintons of the 90s met the Clintons of today, the Clintons in the 90s, they wouldn't have much to talk about.
Well, Bill Clinton, I worked from in Arkansas, and I worked from when he was the president, was about the smartest person I met in public life, had real good ideas about education reform, tried them out in his home state, he passed welfare reform and signed it into law. People forget these things. Extraordinary intellect. What is the difference today? The difference is they've been out of power for a long time, and they want to be back in power. And when people want to be back in power, when they've been out of power, they'll do anything to get back in power. That's the bottom line. Right. Republicans are no different, by the way.
As you said, and I think
Republicans not much different. Trust me.
Yeah, they want to get back in power, but if they break the rules and do these unethical things, they're done. If they say macaca, they're done. I mean, they don't get 17,000 lives, and to say,
you got to hand it to Hillary. She's got 17,000 lives. 17,001 as of today.
All right,
by the way.
All right. Now, what about Martin O'Malley?
What about him?
Is he going to get in?
He should save his money and buy a house.
So you don't think he has a chance?
Save the money and buy a house.
You don't think he has a chance?
Well, look,
if he runs to the left of her and he presents himself, he's unknown and to a lot of people, but he's a good-looking guy. If he comes out and presents himself as an alternative to Hillary and makes us think about the emails and the ethics.
If I'm the Clintons and I'm the Clinton operatives, I wait until he's in, and then I
Trash him.
I turn loose all the people who don't like him from Maryland, particularly Baltimore. We're calling the riots and everything else, and off with his head.
All right, so that's really what politics is about. I'm not.
But it's no different. Listen, let's stop being children and lying to ourselves. Going back in this republic to Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
What did he do? He sent out books and funded them himself and mail and everything else, attacking Alexander Hamilton and mentioning race as part of the argument.
Sid Blumenthal a problem for Hillary now?
I think Sidney Blumenthal is a problem for Hillary right now.
Okay, and we'll continue with that next time the doctor, Hank Sheinkopf, joins us. Good to see you,
She
sir.
has other problems besides Sidney Blumenthal.
Yes, she does. But
She does. But Martin O'Malley isn't one of them.
all right, there you go. We're coming back. Give me 5. Don't miss it.